Today, we're talking about what AI means for Catholic organizations. And we don't have a complete perspective in the sense of running a Catholic organization or the implications of morality in AI with certain things. But in the realm of marketing, in the realm of communications, I think we have some interesting perspectives about what it means. And I know that there's churches. I think the USCCB has like a council, and maybe the Vatican has a council on AI. And I'm super interested in your thoughts too, because, and this is John and I talking. I don't know how to start these things. I'm super interested in John's thought as well, because we just talked a lot about AI in between episodes, and how there's kind of a trend right now of like people getting out of the industry or being scared, business being taken over by AI, or people in business hoping that AI can save them money and take over marketing and take over some of these things. So there's that side of it, but then the church side is wholly different, because even with technology, the church and Catholic organizations have been very slow to adopt. However, there's a lot of opportunity to do things faster, to have more creative marketing content, more video content, but it might be a little more interesting for a Catholic church than a normal business.
Yeah. So I think that there are opportunities in a lot of we were just talking about taxes and accounting and things like that. I think there's a lot of opportunities in systems and logistics and stuff like that. Actually, probably a really positive opportunity for a lot of like parishes and small organizations that struggle to have enough budget for things and have enough staff. Right. So
or expertise.
Yeah. So I think some of these tools could be really valuable there. The place my mind first went is to media content and artwork, and I think that's where we have to be
judicial.
More careful. And I guess it's that it's the same in the secular world. You have to like evaluate the photos and the videos that you're getting. But I could make this comparison to one of the reasons that we've talked about the value of being Catholics when you're working with a Catholic organization is that there's nuances of the story and nuances of things that like we understand and we get. And so when I'm having AI generate some image, like specifically with like Catholic or Christian imagery, there are some images that people have generated that are floating around, and then you see somebody like, talking about it like, hey, this is clearly AI. Because there's like nuances that it isn't getting correct.
Iconography is deep, and there's a lot of specificity to the way things are done, even symbols. And like I have a little Bible holder that's kind of like a home altar at our house. And what is it? St. Michael medals? No. I'll look it up in a second. But I was like, I don't know, are these fake? Like they look legit, and then I looked them up and they're like, oh no, they're this saint's medals, and it means this on the front with all this Latin and this symbol and this on the back with this. And I was like, okay, good. Because I was like, when I was gonna buy it, I was like, this could be made up, it could be legit, I don't know. But there's all those nuances and kind of that deep tradition and history that AI image generation kind of sucks at right now.
Yeah, and this will get a little metaphysical, I guess, but like to whatever extent the spirit is moving and working in the thing that has been created, that's not there with AI. Like, and it's not there in the secular world either. Like an artist would say, well, the AI art is not as good or whatever, and it might be lacking something. But I would say even more so in the Catholic world, like to what extent, I don't know. This is, I need like a hefty theologian to help, parse this
like
out.
A heavy one? Like a...
Yes, the heavier the better. To what extent is the Holy Spirit, present and working in this piece of media that you've generated to create some Catholic, visual?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the Holy Spirit can be active, like through whatever tool.
Right. Well, it's like somebody using Photoshop, to make vector art of some saint,
yeah,
or using AI to generatively create,
yeah,
the art of the saint.
Yeah. So you would have to control it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not that different than other things. Like you have to know what you're. In this case, even more so.
You have to know and guide the tool.
I guess I care a lot more about the Catholic faith and how it's portrayed than I do about most other things in marketing. So,
well, and I think it's much more easy for somebody to create something wrongly, with generative AI than if we just gave somebody Photoshop. They're not going to be able to create like a beautiful image of a person that looks like an icon.
Yeah.
But with AI, they could, and it could. Have lots of problems to it. But so certainly the art is very interesting, and I want to reiterate the just the systems. So like the systems, it could be a huge benefit to the organizations. But what do the churches have, or what do Catholic organizations sell, right? Monetizing the mission. What is the mission? Well, it's typically discipleship, and aside from information, I don't know that discipleship can or should come from AI, right? I mean, you could probably have a chat bot that could interact with you, but I don't think that is good.
Yeah. Well,
there's no spirit connecting with another spirit, co-creation or sub-creation, as it were.
So we talk a lot about this in the small groups that I've been a part of, is that this is not self-help or even group help in the way that like we are not here to like give advice, like it
in discipleship. Are you saying, or in
not
what?
Advice, but we're not here to like fix your small group.
Okay.
Like, if you need
if you need psychological help,
if you need psychological help, if you have a substance addiction and you need to go to rehab, like this group is not for any of those things. We'll talk and we'll give some advice. We're like, oh well, when my kids act up, this is what we try to do, whatever. But like, the main thing is, it's connecting, connecting and praying together, and like connecting on a spiritual level. And you're not going to get that through. There is not a spirit in AI, or if there is a spirit, it's not the one that you want.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, and that's the interesting thing. And I think maybe if we could kind of put these things in different buckets, that'd be really helpful. So we have like operations and business. Like that can be systematized and helped by technology, be really useful. Even like resources. So there's two Catholic AIs that are really good. Truthfully, and then I don't remember the other one. I just heard about it the other night, and it's being used, in like RCIA or for like teaching. So one of my friends who's a teacher uses that other one a lot, but it's been trained on 2,000 years of church history or beyond that with Jewish history as well, so that it has all kind of those nuances. So you can get a pretty good answer from that, and then you get the reference, and you can double check the reference, the catechism, a writing from Ignatius or whoever, and you can get pretty close to what the church teaches. Now, how that translates into somebody's life, and then the discipleship, the sharing of faith, the walking with somebody, I don't think that's going to be possible with AI, nor should it be like something anybody seeks, because as far as we understand it, That is just this creation of man, which could raise somebody's heart and mind to heaven. But again, you're not going to have that fellowship. You're not going to have that discipleship. You're not going to have that connection or that sub-creation that we can participate in with another human.
Yeah, so there's there's definitely a whole area that I'm thinking of with this where, like, it's a tool, it's not a person, or it's not relational. Mm-hmm. And that is an area where things are going to be weird and, get weird. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know why. Like, I like a lot of the stuff that Elon Musk does, and I like Grok, which is his AI. But the most recent iteration of it, they have this like companion mode. Have you seen this?
No.
There's like 2, and they're like anime characters. And I'm like, wow, like, and not just because I'm not anime isn't my favorite thing or whatever, but just like, I think it's like the pro level maybe, but there's these 2 like personalities, and they're like these cartoon anime characters that are like, the female character is like very objectified and sexualized, and like the male character is this brooding, emo anime dude. That's weird. That's weird to me. I mean, and again, it's
very
like
Japanese.
You're like, am I old? Is that what's going on? No, I think there's something that I'm just like.
I was starting to think I was all alone in here. I'm Annie. You got a name?
There you go. I'm like, what?
Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. That's a solid name,
I'm like, okay. I'm into anime. I don't like what was just happening there.
Yeah.
Like, it felt
so
like scandalous.
Like, where, and so this is.
Are they supposed to be like my friend, or what's the point?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like.
Oh my gosh. Clip that, by the way. Oh,
I'm like, insane. We are. That. I don't know if that's the line or if there were other lines, but like, I'm like, well, now you've crossed the line. That's a line that we don't want to cross as a culture, and it bothers me that like that's mainstream.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk and like Tesla, SpaceX, the Boring Company, I can't even think of all of his brands. Those are all like amazing things. We're like, oh, we're going to Mars, we're going to this, whatever. I even liked his philosophy behind buying Twitter. He rebranded it X. Some people don't like that. That's fine. But like, I like this philosophy. He's like, no, this should be like open, free speech, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Yeah. I'm like, no, we should have relationships with other people, and then we should use tools. Mm-hmm. And this tool can speak to me like a person and make it easier for me to like, I don't have this skill set, so I don't even know how to ask a question about PHP coding or JSON or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can just use regular language and like, how do I build an app, whatever, and it responds to me like a person. But
the personification is weird.
Yeah. And
we're attributing personness.
Yeah.
At the same time where we kill lots of people.
Yeah.
Like now we're creating fake people.
Yeah.
The
and we're like
and
we're connecting here, but we're not connecting. Like,
and that's not healthy. Like, there's what's that? The Japanese have a term for the shut-ins essentially, and they've had digital girlfriends forever in some of these technologies, but that's clearly not good.
No,
it's clearly not good to seek the human companionship, personability with non-humans, non-personableness. Like to have disordered relationships. Again, I love anime, and I can watch things that sometimes have somebody inappropriate or whatever, but like that kind of creeped me out and gave me goosebumps.
You're like, stop talking to me.
No, yeah.
It's like you're like, yeah. It's like if you met somebody in
Like,
life.
I don't want this sexualized anime character talking to me.
Yeah. So
like, I don't interact with people like that.
yeah. So what a world we're in. So I mean,
and this is the Catholic title in the podcast.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, that's the question. Is like, so then should we use AI? Well,
yeah. Well,
we
don't
can
throw
make the same
baby out
argument
with
about the
bathwater.
internet. You know,
Right.
like, should we use the internet? There's a lot of horrendous things in the
Yeah.
internet.
We're in the world,
There's-
not of the world.
You know, but like what we've been able to do, you know, what Bishop Barron can do through Word on Fire and
Yeah.
through all the connections that they can make, there's a lot of good that can happen there. We can see our Pope give an address, you know, real time
Yeah.
through the, you know, just quick connection or whatever. But then there's also the downsides, and it's like, so you've got to figure out where that line is. Obviously, don't use the weird companion mode in AI. But again, that's where I'm like, I think with art as well, we need to be discerning in the Catholic realm to just like, there's something different to me there. And again, this maybe
With
would be
art?
scandalous for other artists, you know, who are like, you know, artists in their own right in the secular world, and they might say the same thing, you know, and say, well, you know, it's the same for all of art. To me, I'm like, Catholic art, you know,
Yeah.
is different in a fundamental way.
Well, and as we're ideating this, and I'm gonna do the good Rudy, who's like a little furry animal.
Oh, and I found a
fox.
good. I did just think of a good example. There are some fun ones. There might be problems with the imagery, but have you seen they're like AI generated videos where they're like, who is it? Like if Samson had a
social
TikTok-
media or something. Yeah.
And they're like, hey, I just knocked down the temple and I'm
yeah.
headed out right, you know.
Yeah.
And they're kind of funny. Maybe that's the thing, is like those are meant to be lighthearted.
Right,
you know,
and
they're
it's
not.
the surreal content or surreal art versus, like, there's not a lot that I feel like you could use AI for in the art realm or creative realm to advertise a Catholic organization.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for instance, like that, if you have like Bible stories or something like that, it might be fascinating to see, yeah, like show me Samson if he was a Instagram influencer, you know, thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that's super catchy and interesting. And it doesn't run up against like, okay, well, we have our iconography and the style, and
Yeah.
you know, we're not cannibalizing or bastardizing that. We're creating something wholly new. It's like this content, kind of like an animated film, that promotes you tell unique stories about saints or biblical figures or something like that. So that's cool, because I was like, you can't really use it a lot to advertise, but if you do some creative content like
Yeah.
that, I think you could
Yeah.
come up with a way to make something.
And then
work.
if you're guiding the content in a really discerning way, I think it could work. You know, like if I wanted an image of a peaceful, serene lake, you know, for a background of some cover that I'm like creating, is that problematic in the Catholic world? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'll look at it and be like, is there anything weird in this photo? You know?
Like weird hands.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what good Rudy does.
Snuggles and smiles, you came back. Now what shall we imagine today? Ooh, how about a story with a brave little bunny hopping through a magical forest? Or maybe a silly fish swimming in a sparkly ocean? Or a zooming spaceship with a goofy alien? What kind of story do you want to hear, my friend?
Tell me a story of heart and hearth, of home in the holes in the hills, and going on adventures with wizard and dwarves.
Ooh, yes. A story of heart and hearth, home in the holes in the hills, and adventures with a wizard and dwarves. I'm Rudy, your cuddly red panda pal, and I'm so excited to spin this tale for you. Let's make it super
The
fun and cozy,
ASMR
okay?
is a little weird.
First, let's create our main character, who lives in a snuggly home in the hills. What they look like? Are they a tiny creature with fluffy fur? Or maybe a wee person with sparkly eyes? And what's their name? Oh, and what does their cozy hill home look like? Big round windows, a mossy roof, or maybe a chimney puffing out happy smoke? You tell me.
He's got curly red hair and a beard and freckles, and his torso's a little longer than his legs. And he lives in a mount called Horeb.
And he lives in a mount called Horeb. How mystical and cozy.
Oh, yeah.
So our main character is a wee fella with curly red hair, a bushy beard, and freckles sprinkled across his face like tiny stars. His torso's a bit longer than his legs, which gives him a cute waddle when he walks.
Yes.